The phone call sliced through the midnight quiet, her voice a blade I didn't expect. I stood in the dark of our cabin, sawdust still clinging to my hands, the air thick with pine and betrayal. "He's a washed-up loser," she whispered into the receiver, thinking I was asleep. "Send your assassins to his cabin. Make it look like a bear attack." My wife. My Claire. Her words sank into me, cold as the steel I used to carry. My heart didn't race, it stopped. I didn't buy this cabin for woodworking. The calls I'd made years ago, encrypted, untraceable, ensured her father's men would never reach me. I'd buried my past as an SAS operative, but it was never gone. It lived in the walls of this place, in the traps I'd set, in the instincts that never dulled. Claire thought she knew me, a quiet carpenter, a broken man. She didn't know I'd been listening to her calls for weeks, her voice shifting from love to venom. I stood there, motionless, the phone's glow casting her shadow on the wall. My shadow stayed hidden. Her words echoed in my skull, each one a splinter. Washed up, loser, assassins. I'd loved her, built this life for her. The cabin, the hand-carved table, the promises we'd whispered under starlight, it was all for her. Now it was ash. I didn't confront her, not yet. My training taught me patience, the kind that waits like a predator in the dark. I replayed her words, searching for cracks. Her father, the politician, had always hated me, too lowborn for his dynasty. But Claire? She'd kissed me goodnight an hour ago, her lips soft, her eyes empty. I sat at my workbench, the chisel steady in my hand. Inside, I was unraveling. Had she always despised me? Was every touch a lie? I carved a notch into the wood, deeper than I meant. The truth was there, buried in her late-night calls, her sudden trips to the city. I'd ignored the signs, her perfume lingering too long, her smiles too sharp. I wasn't a carpenter. I was a ghost, and ghosts don't trust. I didn't sleep. I worked. The cabin's walls hid my tools, not chisels, but tech. A signal jammer, a voice recorder, a burner phone linked to old contacts. I tapped her phone first, pulling logs from her late-night calls. Numbers traced to her father's office, coded messages. Bear attack, clean. I watched her over breakfast. She hummed, pouring coffee, her hands steady. I smiled back, my face a mask. Inside, I was a storm. Every glance she gave me felt like a test, every word a trap. I hacked her father's email next, using skills I'd sworn to bury. Encrypted files mentioned the carpenter, me, disposable. I drove to town, bought a burner phone, and called an old SAS mate. "Check the chatter," I said. He didn't ask why. By dusk, he confirmed. Her father had hired 2 men, ex-military, sloppy. They'd arrive tomorrow. I didn't flinch. I planned. The cabin's traps, pressure plates, hidden blades, were still active. I'd built this place to survive. Claire didn't know. She never asked why I chose this land, this isolation. She thought it was quaint. I watched her sleep that night, her face soft, innocent. My chest ached. I wanted to scream. Instead, I sharpened my tools. The email came at dawn. My mate's report was clinical. Claire had been feeding her father intel for months. My habits, my routines, my failure to provide. She'd never loved me. She'd married me to keep me close, to report back. Her father wanted me gone, too much risk to his campaign. I was a loose end. I printed the emails, stacked them neatly, waited. That evening, Claire sat by the fire, sipping wine. I placed the papers on the table. "Read," I said, my voice ice. Her eyes widened, then darted away. "What's this?" she stammered. "Truth," I said. She scanned the pages. Her hands shook. Her face crumpled, shock, then fear. "You don't understand," she whispered. "He made me!" I didn't move, didn't blink. You called me a loser. You ordered my death." She sobbed, collapsing into the chair. I felt nothing. The storm inside me was gone, replaced by clarity. She wasn't my wife. She was my enemy. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. "Your father's men are already dead," I said. Her eyes snapped to mine, wide with panic. "The traps in the woods, they triggered them last night." She gasped, shaking her head. "No, no, you're lying." I slid a photo across the table. Her father's assassins, caught in my snares, lifeless. She screamed, a raw, broken sound. I leaned closer, my voice low. "You thought I was weak. You thought I was blind." I stood, tossing her phone into the fire. It crackled, melting. "Tell your father I'm coming for him next." Her sobs followed me to the door. I didn't look back. I drove into the night, the cabin shrinking in my rear view. Claire's betrayal had gutted me, but I wasn't the man she thought. I wasn't a carpenter. I wasn't a husband. I was a weapon, forged in blood and silence. Her tears meant nothing. Her father's power meant less. I'd dismantle his empire, piece by piece, not with rage, but with precision. The sass taught me that. I didn't love her anymore. I didn't hate her either. She was just irrelevant. The road stretched ahead, black and endless. I was free, and I was never going back.